Yo, Diggity Dogs, it's me, AJ Beast. Welcome back to another video, and welcome to the very first episode of Wrestling with Beast. It's where I'm going to be talking about the weekly going-ons in wrestling, and I'm going to be posting these every Wednesday. So, essentially, last Friday's SmackDown and this Monday's Raw is what I'm going to talk about. And also, anything that I know that's going on in wrestling. I'm obviously not going to talk about the releases in this video because I've already made a video on that. And if you want to see me talk about the releases, I have a video on my channel. Anyways, enough about that. I do want to mention, though, before we start this video, that I forgot one major tag team from the release video, and that is the Motor City Machine Guns. I completely forgot about them. I read the names, and I think I just didn't realize that they were the Motor City Machine Guns. I forgot their names. I feel so bad. Because I genuinely liked their career in TNA. It felt like any second that they were together again, one of them got injured and had to do something else. But yeah, it really sucks because especially for the Motor City Machine Guns, who kind of spent a good portion of their career just in TNA and Impact, and finally going to WWE, honestly kind of elevating the SmackDown tag team division and making it the best tag team division probably in wrestling, only for it to kind of die down and them essentially do nothing. I mean, they had something going on, potentially having maybe a faction with Johnny Gargano, Candice LeRae, and the Motor City Machine Guns, but it never materialized. And I think Johnny Gargano is doing stuff on NXT right now, so yeah, you never know. But yeah, that sucks. And anyway, I want to talk about SmackDown. I want to talk about Raw, and also the new confirmed backlash matches that are gonna happen on Backlash. If you didn't know already, because did I say backlash enough? Backlash. I'm trying to say it fast 5 times. It's not working, but yeah, there's a couple of interesting things that happened on SmackDown, as it was essentially the SmackDown after WrestleMania. The show started with Jacob Fatu and, the Usos and that whole storyline. And I'm more interested in what happened on Raw than I am on here on SmackDown, because all that really happened is Jacob beat Solo, so not much there to really talk about. But one of the big things that I feel like was the main highlight of the show was Fatal Influence's debut and them kind of infiltrating anything going on with the women's world title scene and the women's tag team title scene, which excites me to see a faction that's actually more focused on everything that has to do with the champions on the show. I hope they keep that momentum up. I hope they get a title shot for the women's tag team titles, and maybe JC Jane might be the first opponent for Rhea Ripley's title reign, which wouldn't be the worst thing. I mean, guys, I know you want to make these people look great when they come up to the main roster, but losing to the world champion is not a bad thing. Bro, if I lost to The Undertaker, I don't think I'd be that upset, because at the end of the day, it's the dead man. Especially if I was having a WrestleMania match with him. I know I'm not winning that match. I don't care. What matters isn't winning or losing in this situation. What matters is showing off the talent and showing that potential to become a future world champion. I think JC Jane has that. And ultimately, I feel like she might even be the person that takes the title off of Tiffany Stratton, the US women's title. And I think we're going to see Fatal Influence at some point rocking all the gold for the women's division. And shoot, maybe I'm fantasy booking all the way, but I could totally see them holding all of SmackDown's gold. And yeah, I just think that would be really fun to see. But is WWE going to do it? Probably not, because anytime something fun can possibly happen, it doesn't. Oh yeah, Tiffany Stratton. Speaking of new things, she won the US title. I hear people talking about, like, you know, just like her interest in WWE and how, you know, she's not really crazy into it, in the sense of she knows when she wants to leave, and she just didn't look like she was interested in what was going on. I also hear people talking about maybe it's because of the releases that she's feeling. She looks a little down under the well. I don't know. But either way, I could care less about that, in the sense of, like, I completely understand if she's just not feeling it right now. But I wouldn't throw it out of proportion and be like, oh, she hates wrestling. She's there every week. Do you really think that she doesn't care about wrestling at all? I mean, I don't think I'd want my US Women's Champion to be holding the title if she didn't give a little bit of a fuck of the title. But yeah, I chill out with that. Chill out. Everything Danhausen was really fun on SmackDown as well. Got to see we got to see a very fun segment between him and The Miz. The Miz, like, he'll always find something to do in the WWE, whether it's teaming with Shane McMahon, whether it's teaming with R-Truth, whether it's teaming with Morrison, whether it's teaming with Kit Wilson. Like, everything going on with The Miz and Danhausen is really fun, and I'm really interested to see what happens after this is done. My biggest hope is that this will not go past SummerSlam. I'm not saying they should have a match at SummerSlam. I'm just saying that, like, rivalry-wise, I don't see the point in Danhausen constantly going after The Miz until, you know, to the point of being a rivalry during next WrestleMania. I don't want to see that. I think I'd rather see Danhausen look for other people to terrorize unintentionally. But yeah. And, like, with the US title scene, the men's US title scene, obviously Gingy came out, and it was Sami Zayn, and he ambushed Lil Yachty. Lil Yachty's actually staying for a little bit, which is really cool. Because I think I've done this comparison. I kind of compare Yachty and Trick to the Usos, because I feel like they just have that good on mic chemistry where they can just go back and forth really well, and it just gels very easily, and it feels like Yachty's just a mic piece, like a good mic piece, a good manager. And that's something that, like, not just for the US title division, but for a character like Trick Williams, I feel like that just makes sense. Like, he poses himself as a big star, and having a big name next to him by his side, that does something for me, and I really like that. Yachty helps elevate Trick's status, if that makes any sense. But yeah, and guys, they need to start turning Sammy heel and make it clear, because Sammy still, like, after he unmasked, hit him with a haluva kick and stuff, he still was sitting there like, why are you booing? Why are you booing? I'm right. Like, literally. Come on, guys. I'm not that bad. I'm a good guy. I don't know what could have I done to not make you boo me? Not beat Carmelo Hayes in a US title match 2 weeks before WrestleMania? Like, come on. I'm a good guy. But yeah. And then, you know, not much else to really say about SmackDown. I know there's other things that went on, but those are pretty much the only things I could think of when it comes to SmackDown. Now, shifting over to Raw, I really liked Raw. I think Raw was really fun. I always feel like this is Raw, this is SmackDown. It's always like a little bit not as good as Raw. But yeah, we had an opening segment with Seth Rollins that I really liked. It was between him and Braun Breaker. I don't like people saying that Braun Breaker's not good on the mic when he is. I think he really is. He's very, I'd say, creative on the mic. He definitely gives that energy of, I will beat the crap out of you, but I will dog on you on the mic as well. And it was a good back and forth between those two. You had stuff with the IC title, the men's intercontinental title. It definitely looks like it's going to a fatal 4-way. I mentioned that in a short, that I honestly could see them having a fatal 4-way match between Javon Evans, Rusev, Penta, and All Ego, Ethan Page. I love Ethan Page. I think he's a great addition, and I think he went to the perfect spot on Monday Night Raw. We had the women's intercontinental title going ons and stuff like that, and honestly I'm very excited to see what Becky is actually going to do, because she said she was going to have an open challenge. EO came out and Becky was like, oh no, not against you. But Adam Pearce was like, honey. He didn't say that, but he said, you know, the thing, and it's official. It's like, yes, you're going to have this match. I don't care what you say. Asuka interfered, disqualification and everything. Well, no, I don't think it was a disqualification. No, it was I think she interfered, and then Becky hit the manhandle slam for the win. That's what it was. Sorry. it like sometimes goes into one ear and out the other when it comes to watching the show, but I remember the highlights. Joe Henry showed up. He had a pretty funny song, and that was like the best thing. I loved it so much. You know, and he was like singing like Fire Logan Paul. Logan came out. Logan on the mic. I love Logan Paul on the mic. He genuinely was like furious, and you could hear it in his voice. He was like ready to just come out there and beat the crap out of Joe Hendry. Now it's 3 against 2, but I'm just saying that's not very nice. But yeah. And then I think after that, backstage there was a quick convo between Seth Rollins and the Street Profits, and the Street Profits were making it very clear that they were not out there to help Seth. They're gunning for the tag team titles, and I am very excited, because I know the second that they will go after the tag team titles are going to win, and they should win. But yeah, and then, you know, so some Grande stuff. I'm very excited for their match at, I forgot which AAA event. I don't know what it's called, but I'm very excited for it. I really hope Chad Gable, aka OG El Grande, loses, because Ludwig is doing such a good job. It's an actual character in AAA, not a, you know, a gimmick, if that makes sense. Because like the original was made to mock Lucha Libre, and when Kaiser got it, he made it into an actual gimmick, an actual character that people loved. He kisses babies in the front row. He's literally like a superhero down there. And it's just like, you can't take that away. If WWE or AAA decides to make the dumbest decision and having Kaiser lose that mask, I will be so upset. They cannot do this to him, because this, I'm not even going to lie to you, if Kaiser didn't get the El Grande gimmick, he would have been a part of the release group. Because honestly, as much as I don't like to admit it, Kaiser probably would have done absolutely nothing if he didn't become El Grande. So this gimmick should just be his gimmick forever. And maybe he likes that, maybe he doesn't, but like he's gone so many lengths. Like even just this backstage segment on Raw, and that's where I was circling to. Between Ray and both Grandes, like, Chad's speaking in English but trying to talk in like a accent of some sorts. And El Grande comes in with like full Spanish and speaking in a little English, like a like an actual luchador. Not to say that actual luchadors don't know how to speak English. It's just, he's actually putting a bit more effort, which is not like saying that like Chad's doing a bad job. It's just he made that gimmick into Ludwig. He made it into an actual gimmick and not just a parody. So I hope he wins at AAA, that their AAA match. And then Obafemi made an open challenge. So I was about to say, who did he beat? I'm trying to remember who he sorry. He beat Grayson Waller on Raw, and it was a good match. It was a quick match. And then on the mic, he had an open challenge. So next week he'll have an open challenge to see who will win, who can beat him. There is a Judgment Day segment, and I'm really interested to see what's gonna happen because Liv was kind of like, I know Finn brought you in to Judgment Day, and I just want to let you know that there's no, I want to make sure that you're okay, and and whatever. Then Finn sneaked into the clubhouse. It was like, hey, Roxanne. And then Roxanne's like, what are you doing here? Leave. Get out. Pretty much. So ultimately, I'm very excited to see what's going on in the Judgment Day, only for the reason of I want Judgment Day to disband. No offense. I loved the Judgment Day, but they have been a faction for like 4 years. Over 4 years, probably. I think around the time that Roman started his reign as Universal Champion. It was a little while after that, I believe. But my goodness, in like 5 years, I'm sick of the Judgment Day. Just because it's like I think so many of these guys and girls could do so much better. Like even Raquel, for example. Raquel. No. Sorry. Anyways. But yeah, people like Raquel, Roxanne, I feel like so many of these men and girls, even JD, I feel like JD, bro. I don't want WWE to fumble JD because JD McDonough has been so good last year on Raws. Like every week, it felt like he was showing once again that he could be something big in WWE. I don't care what you say. I love JD McDonough. I love every member of the Judgment Day. There's no one I don't like. In fact, I see all of them being future world champions, respectively. But I just feel like specifically because of that reason is why I want them to leave each other. But yes, big yap. This is a whole yap sesh. That's what this is about. And then the closing segment of Monday Night Raw between Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu. I loved it. I loved every second of it. I'm sorry about that clap. But it was so good. I loved just the feeling of Jacob is this animal. And he will stop at nothing to beat Roman Reigns. And I still like the not head canon, but the thought process of Roman is going to be this respected face that wants a challenge. And honestly, I don't want to see him turn heel. As crazy as that sounds, I don't want him to turn heel. I would love to. Could you imagine seeing a face bloodline? That would be awesome. In my opinion, I feel like that would be so cool. Um, but yeah, I mean, I feel like it's inevitable that they're gonna turn heel. But speaking of Jacob and Roman, it has been official that on Backlash there will be a match between Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu. And I am planning on making a predictions video next week. I'm not sure if it's going to be the Wednesday, but I think I might try to do it on Thursday, just so I'm not changing what this Wednesday is about. It's about everything that's going on in the world of WWE. Any professional wrestling company that you want me to talk about, let me know, because I'll go into it. I'll go into research, because I love wrestling. I love learning about wrestling. I used to watch a bunch of YouTube videos of, a bunch of indie shows, and I'd find like one wrestler and just watch a bunch of their matches on YouTube. So much fun. Indie shows are so much fun, dude. But yeah, back to the pay-per-view. Sorry. The next match that has been confirmed for Backlash is Io Sky versus Asuka, and I'm excited for this match as well. Again, I'm not going to give predictions here, but I was so worried this match wasn't going to be on a pay-per-view, and I even feel like this won't be the end of the rivalry. I feel like Asuka and Io will probably have another match. I think either Asuka... No, I'm not going to give you my predictions. We're going to wait for that. But yeah, very excited for this match. I am very excited for Backlash in general, especially when you got this match right here, which is Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker. I feel like, once again, this match is not going to be the end-all be-all to this rivalry, but it'll be the beginning of a very fun feud. I have a good feeling that Braun Breaker most likely will be in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Not 100% sure if Seth's going to be there, but I would love to see Seth actually face Roman Reigns at Money in the Bank, and then have him interfere at Money in the Bank. But maybe Braun Breaker wins the Money in the Bank? I have two predictions right now as to who's going to win, the men's and Money in the Bank, and women's Money in the Bank. I think Raquel's going to win the women's one right now, and Braun Breaker's going to win the men's one, because I feel like those are the two people that make most sense to win the Money in the Bank briefcase. But that also means that both Raw participants of this match will win the Money in the Bank, and I don't know about that. But yeah, those are my predictions for Money in the Bank. These are going to be fun matches. I can't wait to make the video predicting these Backlash matches. I think Backlash is going to be pretty good. And yeah, let me know what you guys think about this week in wrestling. Let me know, how excited are you for SmackDown? Probably not much, because, well, I think it's a collective agreement that no one likes SmackDown. I like it, because I'm very optimistic. Let me know what you guys think. Leave a like on this video if you made it this far. I would hope you're subscribed, because if you're not, I will elbow drop you from the top rope. I'm not kidding. But with that, I love you guys, and I hope you guys have a great day or night, whichever time you are watching this. And with that being said, Yo Yo Diggity Dogs, AJ Beast is out.